Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their remote learning experiences and everybody's keeping safe and healthy. Welcome to our second visualising lesson, where we are focusing on a missing part of a text. So your learning intention for this lesson is we are learning to visualise a missing part of a text, and to be successful in this lesson, I can imagine and visualise what I think is happening during the missing part of a text, and I can use prediction to complete the text. So this morning I'm going to read you a text with no ending. While I'm reading, I want you to visualise what you think is happening in the story and predict what you think happens at the end. So this is the story that we are going to read through today. Right, there are two very important things I want to tell you. 1, my name is Ratbag, Rory Albert Thomas Bag. 2, I have very mild superpowers. 3, when it comes to lists, I'm not great at counting. Now, the thing about having very mild superpowers is that sometimes you're not even sure if you have superpowers at all. Imagine if you were a Superman, but your power was to jump pretty high rather than to actually fly. Or if you were the Hulk, but only had big toes that turned green rather than your whole body. Or if you were Batman, but you were simply, instead of mega rich, it'd be hard to tell whether you had powers at all. But I believe in myself, and when you hear my story, maybe you will too. Want to know what my power is? Of course you do. Well, you're going to have to trust me on this, cause I can control rats with my mind. Yes, I know, a bit of a coincidence given my name is Ratbag, but after years of hating my nickname, I finally decided to go with it, to own it, to make rodents my thing. So I asked my parents to buy some pet rats, Dee, Daz and Digby. To spot the escapee, roses are red. I love my mum because when I was little she wiped my... Enough, said Blart as he peered down at me. Just then, Miss Cherry's handbag toppled over. It landed upside down and started moving, all by itself. It edged its way from one side of her desk to the other. The whole class fixed their eyes on the bag. Only me and Miss Cherry knew why it was moving. There was a runaway rodent inside. Miss Cherry whistled. It's the latest technology, she cried, rushing forward to place her hand on the bag to stop it. While I whistle, and it comes to me, she whistled again. The next page is going to share the end of the story. While you are listening to the page, be thinking about what you think might have happened in the story. So between this page and the ending, what do you think might have happened in between the two events? So that was the last we saw of Principal Blart. The parents weren't too keen on him continuing at the school after that. We all love his replacement though. Principal Cherry is doing a great job, and she asked if Digby could be the school pet. I said yes, of course. I have Dee and Daz at home. I know Digby has a big cage where Blart's portrait used to be. This is awesome for exactly 3 reasons. 1, whenever I want to play with Digby, I just drop by the admin office and start twirling my earlobe. 2, and best of all, Digby thinks I'm totally cool. So what do you think happened between this page, where the handbag starts moving, and this page here, where the principal left? What do you think might have happened to make the principal leave? Could it have been related to the rats? Maybe it was related to something else. What did you visualise? What do you think might have happened in between? What do you think happened to scare off the principal? What did you visualise happening in your mind? And how would you draw this image on a piece of paper in your book? So I'm going to give everybody a few seconds to visualise and think about what might have scared off the principal, what might this look like? Now, I want you to take a prediction and draw it in your books with a paragraph explaining your prediction. Here is an example of what I predicted might have happened. I predict that Mr. Blart has a fear of rats. I visualise the rats escaping and terrorising the principal. I predict the new principal is a teacher, Mrs. Cherry, and she liked rats. So my visualisation here was Mr. Blart. There he is, freaking out over the rats. There's the rat looking very innocent, and the children getting very excited in the background.